Cynthia, can you outline exactly what an SSP client will go through in terms of going through the protocol with Blooming Brains?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's probably one of the first things people want to know when they come to us. They want to know, what am I actually going to be doing here? So here's the sort of the nitty gritty of what's going to happen. When you contact us, you're going to get in touch with one of our therapists who offers the SSP. It's generally Kennedy or me right now, and we will actually do a little bit of an initial assessment with you. Some of that will be links that we send you to some questionnaires to fill out to start off with. Occasionally, we run into a situation where it might not be the right time to do the SSP. We may want to suggest that you wait a little bit. If you've got a lot going on in your life, things are really stressful, it may not be the right time. And that's okay. We'll come back to it when you're ready. So the first thing we do is we kind of check in on what's your situation like right now. And then we do an initial intake appointment. If everything looks like, okay, it looks like we can actually get started here, we'll set up an intake appointment. So the intake appointment, we kind of go over your nervous system habits, like what's going on for you right now in your life. We talk about a little bit about all the things we've talked about in this series of videos in terms of how the nervous system works, and what to give you some information on what to expect, because we all know when we have information, we feel a little bit more calm and safe when we know what to expect. So we do kind of go over that. Assuming everything's all good and we're ready to move on to the next stage, then we give you access to an app that you can use on your phone or your tablet. It doesn't work on a computer at this point. And you'll need to pick up a pair of over-ear, like DJ-style earphones. We give you guidance on which ones to get if you don't already have them. And then during the period between your intake and your orientation, we'll kind of do some stuff to set you up with that app. We'll send you a link for an account. And there's just a little bit of homework to do. Then you have an orientation session. The orientation session is where we really kind of go over how the app works and what to actually do. We're going to be setting up a personalized listening plan for you that's going to be basically it's going to be very individualized. Some people can listen to, quite a long period of listening per day. Some people really can even only handle a few minutes. So we usually like to start a little bit slow. We start with sometimes just 5 to 10 minutes a day for the first few days. We take lots of breaks. It's very rare that we actually run through the whole protocol in 2 weeks, which is the fastest time that we would do, which it would involve 30 minutes of listening with a couple of breaks in there. That's pretty rare. We don't usually do it that fast. It usually takes longer. So we give you access for up to 2 months within our system. And then in that orientation session, we'll often even just start with the listening so that you have the experience of hearing it. The SSP sounds like the way the frequencies have been altered, changes the sound of the music. So sometimes people, if we don't do this, people have come back to us with questions like, what's wrong with the music? Or I think there's something wrong with the app. So we kind of want to go over that with you. The whole point of this is that it's guided, it's supported. You're not on your own with these questions. Your experience is going to be reviewed and checked in with on a fairly thorough, involved way. So you're not alone with this. After you start listening, we want to check in about a week later. And again, throughout the course of your listening, we're going to want to do some check-ins. And we do monitor. We keep track of your listening progress. So we actually are paying attention in the background. And if you do start to experience feeling activated, you contact us. We talk about, okay, what do we do? Remember that safety system. We'll be going over all of the processes that we know how to do to sort of engage safety in our lives. And then we actually will work with you to bring those back in if we start to feel like off balance.